Sapoops, according to ultimate Palestine supporter Zaim Salimun, if you're a Zionist, you can't be a Malaysian. Unstoppable sword, immovable shield, paradox, paradox, infinity. Which is why it fascinates me today to tell you the story of the most patriotic Zionist in Malaysia. Sapoops, just look at this comment right here. Wow, Melayu Zionist, aku nak tengok gak mana anak murid yang kibar bendera Palestin tu ke kau just nak jilat bontot Yahudi. Sapoops, this is what we call parah ni. In case you didn't know, that word is the real-life Voldemort word, the word that shall not be used. The ultimate insult reserved for the very worst enemies, entirely capable of both starting wars and ending them, as we saw with Zayed Malik and Akmal Saleh just the other day. Of all the different types of people that could technically be Zionists in this country, being a Malay Zionist is the worst possibility. An immediate recipe for people to start screaming Barwa Bangsa Tali Barut, teringat peristiwa buang dalam Sarjan Hassan. But you know, I thought that this was really interesting, cause you know why he was saying that. Yeah, so I was reading that World of Buzz, yes I know, guilty pleasure, Instagram posts about how PDRM is telling the Trump protesters to please stop and go away, and he was saying that in reply to this comment. Yup. Malay readers, can I get a whoop? For those of you who don't speak Malay, it translates to students nowadays like flying the flags of other countries more than they enjoy flying our Jalur Gemilang. So yes, Sapoops, as you can see, that is what we call an alleged Malay Zionist. I guess it's official. Now, if you fly Malaysia's national flag, you can be called a Zionist. How incredibly wild is that? If you demonstrate any kind of patriotism and you say that you wanna fly the Malaysian flag as opposed to the Palestine flag, then you can be called a Barwa, a Tali Barut, and you can be called a Zionist. Wow. Amazing. I don't know where that logic comes from, especially since Palestine is not a part of Malaysia. Malaysia is not a part of Palestine. Unless I've been completely missing something about the way that this country was formed from the very day I was born. But yeah, like what? Incidentally, fun fact, the guy who left this comment is actually one of the organizers of the protest. As you can see, Tolak Trump 26:05 PM Ampang Park. Right over there. Just a dude who apparently thinks that if you think the Jalur Gemilang is more important than the Palestine flag, then you are a Zionist. Wow. You know, that kind of explains quite a lot, considering how much this person doesn't care about Malaysia at all, and just wants to go out and have a huge protest showcasing his feelings completely against the interest of all Malaysians out there. Cause bro, like, if flying the national flag, our Jalur Gemilang, the literal symbol of Malaysia, makes you a Zionist, I think there are only two possibilities for that. Either number one, you need to change your definition of what Zionist actually is, or maybe we just need more Jalur Gemilang flying Zionists out there in Malaysia who actually respect the flag. But you know, there's one other sapoop I want to ping about this right here. What do you think, Akmal Saleh Sapoop? You literally went out on a protest for the Jalur Gemilang, and now apparently, according to this protester, if you kibar the Jalur Gemilang, then you are a Zionist. Bak kata pepatah Akmal Saleh, apa kejadahnya ni? I genuinely don't understand what is with all of these protesters. I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with solidarity, but I think at the end of the day, if you have people out there who are literally choosing to fly the Palestine flag and then saying that people who prefer the Jalur Gemilang are Zionists, I think you really have to ask some questions about whether this whole solidarity thing is going a little bit too far. Cause as far as I can see, this is really the true embodiment of feeding monkeys in the forest while your baby starves at home, abandoning your national symbol, and a real-life example of what we would call a Barwa Bangsa. Good for you though, Hassan Sagaf. I hope you'll enjoy the investigation. Well, to our most patriotic Zionists in Malaysia, keep on doing what you're doing. I think that a lot more people out there need to be going out there and advocating for our Jalur Gemilang and actually displaying Malaysian national symbols, and don't be weaponizing it, talking about how it was a bendera terbalik, a weapon to be used, not getting caught up in conflicts that are more than 7,000 kilometers away and treating them as if they are our backyard. At the end of the day, we are Malaysians and Malaysia must surely come first. Not that people like Hassan would know, not that all these protesters would know, but hey, even if the world doesn't know, as long as we have a few good people who are aware of that, I think that's all peachy keen. So share this video with a sapoop, share this video now, and let the entire country learn the story of Malaysia's most patriotic Zionists. What do you think, sapoops? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And that's all to say about that, and bye.